a place that sits right on top of the bucket list for many. It is also a place I've visited several times during my decade-long career as a journalist, and one I'm yet to get tired of. Such is the charm of this place. Leh, however, is not the start of our story. Neither is it the end.
Our journey starts in Chandigarh with a group of Volkswagen enthusiasts and customers driving a convoy including the Virtus, Taigun and Tiguan up to Leh. This is the first chapter under Volkswagen Experiences, a new self-drive expedition launched by the manufacturer. The convoy of Volkswagens travelled through beautiful and remote places like Jispa, Sarchu and more in the stunning region of Laul and Spiti, while also driving across some of the highest mountain passes in the world in the Himalayas.
I'm sure it's guaranteed to be the best trip of my life. My most awaited trip to Ladakh in my favorite car. We own 4 VWs and I'm sure we're going to love them for our lives.
I own my own Volkswagen car. It drives really nice, but I have never driven on mountains, right? So this one I wanted that, okay, with this experience, maybe with all the supports and with a group, it might be safer to drive on the mountains rather than going alone.
We were of course looking forward to driving in the mystical land of Ladakh, and after spending time with owners and enthusiasts, it was time for us to experience Ladakh along with fellow journalists. Driving out of the picturesque town of Leh, which sits at about 11,000 feet above sea level, we were headed towards Khardungla, one of the highest motorable roads in the world. Khardungla is an experience always, but this time driving the Volkswagen Taigun GT Plus, I was all smiles given the SUV's sporty character. It's a Volkswagen after all, and the German car maker is known for making some of the best driver's cars in the business. The Taigun, especially the GT Plus, has been one of our favorite drivers SUV in its segment thanks to its powerful 1.5 TSI engine that's mated to the brilliant 7-speed TSG. Our destination for the day was a place that's even more interesting, the Siachen Base Camp. Situated at the Siachen Glacier, the Siachen Base Camp is the world's highest battlefield and sits at 12,000 feet above sea level. While it's open for tourists, the Siachen Base Camp is not an easy place to reach by any stretch of the imagination given the altitudes and the challenging terrain.
Thankfully, we have the Volkswagen Taigun GT to take us there. It's the car maker's first SUV that's made in India for India under its India 2.0 strategy. Our destination for today is Nubra Valley before we make the final ascent to Siachen Base Camp. Right now we are passing through one of the highest motorable roads in the world at an elevation of 18,000 feet, but we'll be revisiting Khardungla and I'll tell you all about it when we come back here.
When you are at 18,000 feet above sea level, the lack of oxygen in the air can make breathing difficult. And not just for human beings, for engines as well. But with 150 PS and 250 Nm on tap, the Taigun's 1.5 litre TSI engine is making sure that there's no dearth of power on my way up to Khardungla. The turbocharged petrol engine has more than enough grunt to not only power through the steep inclines but also easily overtake slow-moving trucks and other vehicles that seem to struggle at such altitudes.
Right now we are at Nubra Valley and heading towards Siachen Base Camp. It's a beautiful drive and I'm glad I have the Taigun GT with me. The 1.5 TSI engine is ensuring that I'm enjoying the drive thanks to the 150 PS on offer, and that's besides the brilliant handling.
While most people will tell you about its extremely cold weather, not many know that the Nubra Valley is also known as the orchard of Ladakh and is home to some exotic fruits that are cultivated here by the locals. And this is just one of the many reasons you'll fall in love with this place.
We have made it. We have reached the highest battlefield in the world. We are at 12,000 feet where temperatures dip at -50 degrees during winters.
Getting to the Siachen Base Camp was no easy task, as besides crossing the mighty Khardungla, I also had to drive on narrow roads, a lot of which were unpaved. But my Taigun GT Plus seemed to take it all in its stride. More importantly, it's not very often that you get to travel to and drive to such exotic places, but then that's what the Volkswagen Experiences program is all about. It lets you enjoy driving cars like the Taigun, Virtus and Tiguan, which are hailed for their world-renowned German engineering.
But I'm comfortable in the Volkswagen Taigun. It scores a full 5-star in the global NCAP safety tests, making it one of the safest SUVs in India. The 1.5-litre TSI engine made the drive effortless, while the well-tuned suspension made sure I enjoyed the drive in great comfort. But our journey does not end here. It's the beginning of the second part of our journey. We are heading to Thang. It's a village situated in the northernmost part of India. It's a place with an interesting story to tell, and I'll tell you all about it when we get there. But first, we have to cross the mighty Khardungla again.
Driving to Ladakh, especially to Khardungla and beyond, is something that's a dream come true for enthusiasts. And the Taigun GT Plus was letting me make most of the experience with its performance, handling and comfort, while also keeping me cozy inside the cabin.
As promised, I'm back at Khardungla with the capable Taigun GT Plus. Now Khardungla is one of the highest motorable passes in the world, and getting here is as challenging as you would expect it to be. It is filled with twists and turns of varying degrees, and the Taigun GT Plus is the perfect match for this terrain. Taigun GT handles almost like a car with a beautifully balanced steering that's complemented by a taut body. It's impressive how well the Taigun GT balances both ride and handling and makes sure that you're enjoying the drive while being comfortable.
The Taigun also makes sure you enjoy each drive as it is equipped with cutting-edge technology and features. The GT Plus version I was driving in fact is the top of the line version and gets a 10-inch touchscreen display that's bright and crisp, while also offering wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity besides a wireless charging pad.
We are at Hundar in Nubra Valley. It's home to one of the coldest deserts in the world and the Bactrian camel.
The Nubra Valley is in fact one of the few places in the world where you will find Bactrian camels. These are a rare breed of camels made special by the two humps that allow them to survive in extreme weathers like the Nubra Valley, where it gets freezing cold for several months as temperatures dip well below 0 degrees.
And just like the ship of the desert, the Taigun GT Plus can adapt itself to harsh surroundings without breaking a sweat.
It is an SUV that has proved its mettle time and again and is the preferred choice of buyers looking for an SUV that's fun to drive and comfortable.
You do not expect to see a desert so high up in the mountains, but here we are. This is Nubra Valley, one of the highest cold deserts in the world. The Taigun GT Plus did a fantastic job of navigating the soft sandy terrain. Thanks to its ample ground clearance and a powerful motor, it can power through anything.
As I cross the unique landscapes of Nubra Valley, a new road welcomes us as I proceed towards the uncharted territories of northern Ladakh. The straight road is a refreshing departure from the innumerable turns and twisties I've been driving through in the last few days, but it's no less breathtaking being surrounded by mountains on either side. I feel fresh even after multiple days of driving thanks to the supremely comfortable seats that are well bolstered, yet another hallmark of a driver's car.
Can you guess where we are? Yes, we are at the northernmost village of India at Thang. What makes Thang special is the fact that it sits just 2.5 kilometers away from the border, and it was divided overnight in 1971 when the new line of control was defined.
I did stop to take a walk through the village and admire the natural beauty surrounding it, including the mountains which make for some breathtaking views. And after the days of driving around Ladakh, it almost felt like time had come to a standstill in Thang, given the easygoing lives of the simple village folk.
It's a different world out here from what you and I are used to, and to get here you need a reliable SUV like the Volkswagen Taigun GT+. It's a testament to German engineering, tough and reliable, precisely what you need to get to this remote region. And that concludes our Volkswagen experiences. See you next time.